What is up, you guys? It's your favorite cutie Tati, and this is another installment of Talking with Tati. So today we're going to be talking about intentionality. Yesterday was 11/11. Thank you guys for checking out the Tati show, and if you haven't already checked out the Tati show, please make your way over there. I've been sharing on my community post links to my other channel. It's the Tati show, and we just debuted our very first episode over there, so I'm super excited to watch that grow from zero to the moon. It's always about patience. It's always about patience and showing up regardless, like, you know what I'm saying? So I was expecting for me to get data, like, you know, this is all about getting data the first season, and I'm just excited to grow with you guys over there. So please, if you haven't already and you guys are a true cutie and you guys really support me, go and check out that video, give me a thumbs up, and get down in those comments down below. Okay, but now to the title of the video, the intention of the video, being intentional. So I feel like every now and then, if you really want to live a life that you see growth and change and vitality in, I feel like it's important to take stock of where you are and then also decide where it is that you want to go. So for me, I usually break this down into a few categories, like, you know, health and wellness, love, finance, work, and then even now, just, you know, guess what, this is work, but it's also like my passion as well. So in my passion, am I creating the things that I want to create? Like, you know, how is it being perceived so far? Do I feel like I should keep going in certain routes? Should I shift? Should I pivot? All of those things. So let's start with love. So in love, I feel like one thing that I feel like I've been missing, and maybe you guys can like ask yourself the same kind of questions, is like, you know, if I'm being intentional enough and specific enough in what I'm asking for. I feel like in the last season, I feel like I wasn't as specific as I feel like I needed to be, because it's just like I was calling things in, but I wasn't really enjoying the things that I was calling in, and I was noticing a lot of patterns with the people that I was calling in that I would like to change going forward. Like, I want to change the kind of men that I attract, kind of people that I attract in general. When it comes to romantic relationships, I want to be more specific about how I need someone who's a great communicator. I need somebody who's very consistent. I need people who are going to show up consistently, like in all areas, because it's like, I don't like when I feel like I'm a very consistent person. I feel like it shows in every area of my life, even here on work. Like, no matter what, I feel like I'm a dependable person. I need other dependable people. I can't be like connecting with people who are very like touch and go and not dependable and very like flaky and switching shit around last minute. It's very important for me to feel stable in my relationships, and I need somebody who's dependable and stable, somebody who I can count on. If they say that they're going to do something, that we're going to do it. If they say we're going to meet at this time and go this place, it's very important for me, because first of all, I use my time very wisely. I do a lot of things throughout my day. So when I carve out time to do something, or if somebody mentions that they want to do something, follow through is everything. I cannot stand people who just be saying shit and then throwing stuff out here and then they don't follow through, or last minute you shifting stuff. That irritates me. And then also it took me a little bit of time also to just reflect on, like, you know, what is it about me that I'm doing, or what is it? Are these behaviors that I see in other people something that I have in myself? Because you know how you say you attract people, you attract what you are. So I had to sit with that, and in some ways I could see how, like, maybe some of the behaviors that I'm getting is because it's like a reflection and kind of like allowing myself to accept and then also deconstruct like social programming for what I think something should be. Because sometimes I don't even feel like it's that we actually have a problem with something. Sometimes it's that we're taught that stuff is supposed to be one kind of way, and then when it's not that way, even if it's not a true value of yours, it becomes a problem. In health, like, you know, a health check-in, like, am I eating how I want to eat? Do I feel how I want to feel? Do I look how I want to look? One thing I'm very proud of is myself in these last, like, this year, honestly, staying very consistent in my health journey. I've done a very good job of taking care of myself. I've been eating how I feel like I should. Yes, every now and then I'll treat myself to a little bit of junk here and there. Who doesn't? But for the most part, I've been very consistent in my journey, making sure that I'm eating well, and then I'm showing up for myself, going to the gym multiple times a week. It's very rare that I will miss a gym workout, and if I do, I would just reschedule it to another day in the week. And I feel like that takes huge accountability, because sometimes you don't always feel like going to the gym, or you don't always feel like making time to do stuff like that. But honestly, I feel like it's been very beneficial, and it makes me feel good when I look good, when I feel good, when I can fit my clothes, when, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing that really beats that. Like, I feel like it helps my confidence. And I'm always a confident person, even if I am on the thicker side. But it's just like something about just being fit and feeling strong. For me, it's mostly about feeling strong and healthy. Nothing beats that. Like, I love working on my strength in the gym, and just being consistent with that is just honestly every single thing to me. All right, finances. Taking stock of, like, you know, how are your finances? Do you like how they're coming in? Do you feel like you want to make more? Honestly, who doesn't want to make more money? But do you feel like you want to make more, or that you need to make more in order to live the life that you want to live? Do you have money to not only take care of the things that are important, like rent and food, but are you able to do fun stuff if you want to? Are you able to travel? Are you able to take a break? Are you able to go on vacation if you want to? Are you able to set aside money to do things that are fun? Maybe take a class of some sort, maybe a pottery class, or even if you wanted to invest in like a fitness coach or something like that. Are you able to do a little bit extra? And I feel like being honest with yourself about where you are is how you grow, because you can't grow if you're lying to yourself about being satisfied about where you are, if you're not truly satisfied. So with all this being said, these are just a couple examples of like thoughts that you can kind of run through with yourself, and taking some time to like sit down and write your intentions, and be very specific and goal oriented about where you want to go is something that is very great to do around this time. So I feel like that's what I'm going to do later today. I've been mentally doing it in my mind, just kind of ruminating. Sometimes before I actually sit down and write stuff, I like to just like meditate on like a topic and see what comes up for me, like during the day. And then from there, finally sit down and be like, all right, these are my intentions, write stuff down. You're like 10 times more likely to accomplish something when you sit down and you write it out. And even more so likely to succeed if you were able to like post those things somewhere where you're going to see them often and run into them, because then you'll start to see in your own life, which is the crazy thing about manifestation, is sometimes when you write stuff down and you even forget about what it is that you wrote down, you'll look up and maybe find that paper 3 months down the road and be like, oh wow, I actually have already made these changes. So writing stuff down is so important, and being intentional about your life and where you're going is amazing, because if you're not intentional, you could get lost in the sauce. There's so many people who end up finding themselves in places that they never thought they would be, for better or for worse. But you don't want to be a person who like changes for worse. But there's so many people who get lost in the sauce and just are just existing, and then you just get carried away by the waves of life. Like, you know, if you're in the ocean and you're just kind of just going in whatever direction, and you're not really being intentional about which way you're trying to go, if you're trying to swim toward shore, if you're trying to go left, right, then, you know, you're leaving it to chance. And honestly, I don't think that you should do that. I know that we're not completely in control of everything that happens to us, or how things happen, or when they happen, but being intentional and being in your mind and in your body and your spirit and writing things down really will help you to shape and make sure that you're heading in the direction that you ultimately want to be in, because life is only so long. Life is only so long, and you don't want to be wasting a single moment just letting time pass you by. You know what I'm saying? Because time, one thing about time, is going to keep going, and you don't want to be upset about where you are and where you aren't, because you're not being intentional about checking in. And I like to do those on like full moons and like portal days and stuff like that. So when I see stuff like that, I'm like, okay, let me check in with myself. How do I feel? Do I like this? Do I not like this? And right now I feel like my main thing is like changing how I'm showing up online. And I'm still finding that middle ground, because one thing for me, I'm just like, do I want to change how I look? Do I want to put more effort into my looks? Do I want to, you know what I'm saying? So many things, but do your best. Affirmation: today I will try my best to get through the day. Reminder: my best is not better or worse than my friends or co-workers. Okay. I'm running Focus on finishing your daily tasks without comparing yourself to your peers. However far you get, be proud you did that. Follow me everywhere on Oh Your Name is Tati, and also at It's the Tati Show, because we're showing up every single Tuesday for the next 15 Tuesdays. And I definitely want to be there seeing you guys cheer me on, okay? And I love you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you guys tomorrow as always. Thank you for showing up with me here. And get down in the comments and let me know if you have any topics for